Greetings, welcome back. You'll have to forgive me if my voice sounds a bit more unusual than usual. I'm just getting over a bit of a cold and a cough, and it still hasn't quite gone away. Just a small video, just to see what my friends out there think of options in role-playing games. This topic came up beginning of December, when a player in one of my two Pathfinder games asked about the possibility of using something from the Advanced Player's Handbook, the Games Masters, and possibly the Complete Magic, Complete Combat books. And in the past, I have skimmed the Advanced Players and the Games Masters because a friend of mine bought them off of the Paizo site as PDFs. I only ever skimmed them, and I wasn't overly impressed with what I saw. But I said, if you lend me the books, I'll take them away for a week, I'll have a read through them, and I'll come back to you. And I came back and I said, to be honest, there's nothing in either of these books that I particularly want in my game. And I gave my reasons. And I said, maybe in future, maybe we will. My reasons were specifically with the advanced players. Things like, you've got new base classes. And I said, I don't see the point to new base classes. The concepts within them, while not mechanically the same, but the concepts you can make out of the base classes that come in the Pathfinder rulebook. You want to play a witch, play a sorcerer. You want to play an alchemist, well, play a spellcaster that focuses on making potions and alchemical items and things. I know not quite the same, but that sort of thing. I don't see the need to constantly add new base classes. I don't see the point. Likewise, I don't personally see the point of keep adding things like feats to a game. Everything you need is in your core rulebook. And I kind of felt the same about 3.5, Dungeons & Dragons. I feel the same about Pathfinder. And I feel the same about numerous other games. And I said, to be honest, I don't see the point of the base classes. I don't see the point of all these extra feats. I don't see the point of the prestige. I mean, there's anti-paladin in I think the Games Masters book. I don't see the point to that. So I said at this particular time, no, but I won't deny that in the future we'll use it. And since then, I have gone and bought Ultimate Magic, and I will pick up the Ultimate Combat in a few weeks. And the play was cool with it, but it made me think: why do people keep wanting to add options to a game? I see it a lot on forums. It's like, oh, the game gets boring if you just use the same stuff out of the rulebook. And I'm like, well, it shouldn't. If you're finding the stuff is boring, it's because you haven't changed your character class or what have you. If you find all your fighters are all the same, then don't play a fighter, play a wizard, or play a cleric, or gods forbid, play the bard. Play something different. Change what you play. It's not the options that the game gives you that should make the game more interesting. It should be the story and the campaign that makes the game more interesting. But even with that, there are games where I find I just keep adding stuff to it as well. For instance, in both the vampire games, Masquerade and Requiem, I would buy the books that I kept doing, the clan books and the Covenant guides and what have you, and I would still add all that to it. But there are some games, such as Pathfinder, where I just find the complexity of adding more and more to it gets too much. But that's just me. I am very much in the camp of keep things simple. But I'm curious, because I read some stuff about this on forums recently, and obviously the discussion I had with my friend in the beginning of December. I'm just curious how other people's takes on it. Are you like me? Do you like to keep things simple and to the basics, or do you like to expand and add lots of stuff to your game? Do you like options? Or do you feel that enough is enough? I mean, a slight tangent, but going off, look at 3.5 before it was dropped for 4th edition. You just had far too many options. And it went from the complete guides through, things like, I I mean, it was called the Tome of Battle or something like that, which gave you rules for wars. Book of Nine Swords, whatever it was called, and so on and so forth. More books with races. At what point do you draw the line? I'm curious to hear what you think. So, put up some comments below, and we'll see what happens. Until then, take care.